Go Lord. Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Shalom to the house of David, the 144,000 by after Wadah, and the 1/3 men, women, and children, part of the elect. And to the Israelite foreigners scattered in four corners of the earth, the confusion of faces, and speaking of different tongues as part of the church, the elect. And basically, what we're going to go into the Spirit of the Lord is going into the witchcraft and the sorcery that these devils are summoning up Satan, because we're at the time of March, which the Roman god of war March is, and it's the first day of Aries. Because these devils know, like, they go into the spring equinox and they go into the high satanic holidays, you know, they go into sun worshiping, which we always bring out. We're at the time of the anniversary of the Georgia Guidestones, which came out on the 22nd of March in 1980. So these devils on the left hand side got their own celebration. You also have the Archer Ball. Everybody can get me Deuteronomy 18:9. The Archer Ball, which that goes into human sacrifices and baby sacrifices. And starting the 22nd of March, you have seasons of the weeks. You have a seasons of the weeks, which it starts from the 22nd of March, which also is Skull and Bones number, the 22nd of March, all the way to May Day, Illuminati birthday. The May Day, Illuminati birthday is a sun and fire worship day. The day of Beltan, they call it. The fertility goddess also. And it requires a fire sacrifice. That's why that week is a 13-day ritual that they have from April 19 to May 1st. You had a lot of terrorist attacks that happened around that time. You had the Oklahoma City bombing. You had the Boston Marathon, right? You had the Waco, Texas shooting. And in March, the Roman god of war, you had a lot of wars that popped off. You had the Vietnam War. You had the Iraq War that popped out in March. You had that Fukushima shit, which that was an act of war. That was weather control. But these devils are doing a lot of devilish shit, man. And with that Fukushima shit, we was talking about that earlier through the Spirit, that's actually disintegrating the bones of the sea lions in the U.S. West Coast. And like the brother brought out earlier, Yahweh, over there, if the journalists even talk about it, that they're going to throw them in jail. Because there's like a blackout on that. And that radiation is like, it's a radiation cloud all over the states and the countries, man. That's why the weather's acting all crazy, man. There's no coincidence in Southern California, where the brother Rob Moff is from, they called the storm Lucifer. And then at the same time, they got the TV show on Fox 5. Fox, when you break it down, 666, which these devils are foxes, these Rothschilds elites. Fox 5 million power. They're doing that witchcraft, man. They're doing that sorcery on a whole nother level. Like, you got different levels to this thing, too. On the left-hand side, that black and white magic, whatever you want to call it, is opposite, an adversary to the righteous power, which the power that we have right now. We have that fire. We have that power. We speak in the fire now, which is this wisdom, knowledge, understanding. And real soon, we're actually going to spit fire out our mouths, and we're going to call fire from heaven, man. Give me that Deuteronomy 18.
Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 9.
Right.
When thou art come into the land which the Lord thy power giveth thee, thou shalt not learn to do after the abominations of those nations.
Yeah, an abomination of those nations, which is going into, give me Jeremiah 10. Don't be dismayed by the signs of heaven, because the heathen are dismayed by them. In Genesis 1st chapter, the 14th verse, those were made for signs for us. That's like the weather channel. That's like the changing of the season. Just like you open up the newspaper, that's like there's no new thing under the sun. That's what the heavens was for Israel. And it tells you in 1 Chronicles 12 chapter that Issachar had that gift, that they read the heavens, they read the cielos, man. That's why they had the gifts of they had the gifts of the compass.
And also Sakari recently brought out that if you break down the word Aztec, I forgot exactly how it was broken down, but right. Aztec means people of time.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. Wow, I did not know that. Hey, it's supposed to say that they were seers of the times. Hey, I didn't know. That's beautiful, man. So we are the Israelites, no doubt about it, man. Go ahead. Keep reading.
That was it on that?
Keep going, keep going.
I thought you were talking about get your Jeremiah 10.
No, get me through, yeah. Stay in Deuteronomy. And then we'll get to Jeremiah 10.
You got a smooth voice, so you got to speak up, though.
Yeah, speak up, yeah.
So the camera can read.
You got that cool West Coast flavor.
Yes, verse 10, it says, there shall not be found among you anyone that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire.
Well, that's the Archer Ball, which the Archer Ball in Italy is going there on the 25th of this month. 3 days after.
No, 25, speed limit.
Oh, that's the Spirit. That's the Spirit. You see that? The Spirit of the Lord. Hey, man, this thing is working, man. That power is coming. We have the power now. We have the power now, man. Well, that Archer Ball is coming on the 25th, which when these devils are not playing, man. They really take this satanic shit real serious. These Rothschilds, Edomites, they don't play. They don't lollygag. They don't take breaks. So we can't take breaks on the right-hand side, man. They're gonna do something real major, Lord willing, this month. This is a heavy satanic Illuminati month. Go ahead.
Or that uses divination or an observer of times.
An observer of times, man. Enchanters, go ahead. It goes into the enchanters. Go ahead.
Or an enchanter or a witch. Or a charmer or a consulter with familiar spirits.
Hey, Spike Lee brought out that Denzel Washington, when he played the role for Malcolm X, he actually summoned up that familiar spirit of Malcolm X. He said a year prior to that, he didn't eat no pork. He actually took on that spirit of Malcolm X. And Spike Lee said it. He said in the interview, he said, he said, man, he said, this motherfucker actually summoned up the spirit of Malcolm X to the point where he actually invoked the familiar spirit, and he kept going even after the script was done. He kept going, and then later on he said he didn't know what took over his body. Spike Lee said that. He said the Malcolm X went into his vessel, and after the script was done, when they was done shooting, he kept going, and he wouldn't stop. And then after that, he was like, I was in a trance. I don't even know what I was doing, because these actors actually, especially when they play those roles of like the Tupac. The new Tupac movie, that dude that's playing Tupac, he literally looks like Tupac. He got the tattoos, and they actually invoked that spirit to actually Tupac to come into that vessel and take over.
So let me say something too. That movie that's out, Get Out. You know, because you just read about enchanters. Enchanters is like being under hypnosis. And all them jakes that, well, I'm not going to give away the movie for brothers that want to see it, but, there's hypnosis in that movie. That's enchanting. You know what I mean? But you got something else to say?
Y'all was how you gonna say something?
Nah, yeah, with that right there, that he embodied, because see, that's ill right there, and that's what happens with basically a lot of movies, or all the movies, especially when you go into the gangster movies. They can't get the fuck out of that character, man. And then they start, like The Sopranos is a classic example. You know what I'm saying? And they really believe that it was really mobsters, because they couldn't get out of that. Because really, it's really a lot of witchcraft that goes on behind the scenes, man, to get them into character.
Why do you think Heath Ledger's dead?
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, I can testify to this. I used to do acting in college, and literally the training that is used is you invoke a spirit to embody that spirit, to then express that spirit, okay? And that is how you make the shit be believable with the scripts and the acting and the movements, man. Like, I know what goes on behind that shit. I don't know what goes on in Hollywood per se, but in the acting classes, they teach you that shit, man. Like, it's literally witchcraft from top to bottom. Spells.
Hey, Oprah Winfrey admitted it. She said she took on the spirit of an ancient ancestor. Johnny Depp admitted to having demons on him, multiple demons. Robin Williams even said it too. They have actors actually admitted to it. Like, they actually invoke. That's why you watch the movies. Like, man, he played the hell out that role. Yeah, he invoked that familiar spirit. That actually took over his body, and that imitated the dead. That's like a form of fucking necromancy too, man. Yeah. Go ahead.
It says, or a wizard or a necromancer.
Oh, or a wizard. What you dealt was a wizards, and you're enchanters, like the brother said, the movie Get Out. This enchantment, this whole shit is enchantment. It's a hypnosis. The school system is to dumbify you and to put you in hypnosis and enchantment. The college, you have the Greek fraternities on that shit. That's Esau doing that enchantments on you, brainwashing you, and you really believe in the system. That's why when we tell our people, you Hebrew Israelites, you blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, you don't want to hear that because you're in hypnosis. You're actually in hypnosis. You're actually in one with this system, and you don't want to get out this system, which means hell, which means pit.
Get out.
Get out. Oh, get out, because we want to get out of here. We want to get the fuck out of this place, man. And America is going to be destroyed, and Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to deliver his elect, and they are going to get out of here and get a kingdom. That's why that movie, Jordan Peele, he's a nobody director. The characters are nobody, but it's #1 box office and made $30 million this weekend. Showing you, man.
It only cost like $4.5 million to make the movie.
$4.5 million. And that vibration, that's going in the air.
With a bunch of B-list celebrities. Like, I don't remember one major celebrity on it.
Nope. And then guess what? That's going to inspire other directors to do more movies that are like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? More directors. And we're watching too. In the movie, they was like, why you always pick Jake to do hypnosis and witchcraft on? And then you know what the Edomites said? Because they're stronger. Going back to Genesis 25th chapter. Jacob's stronger than Esau. Go ahead.
It says, for all that do these things are an abomination unto the Lord.
So Esau, you're an abomination. And the 2/3 of our people following your ways, you're just like the devil, man. That's when Yahweh Shai said, ye are your father the devil. He was talking to Jakes. Ye are your father the devil. 2/3 of you a bunch of black, Hispanic, Native American devils, man.
Didn't Yahweh Shai say, I chose 12 of you and one of you is a devil?
Yeah. Go ahead.
It says, and because of these abominations, the Lord thy power doth drive them out from before thee.
That's right. That's right. He drove them out from before thee. Go ahead.
It says, thou shalt be perfect with the Lord thy power.
That'll be perfect. We're supposed to be perfect and follow the law, statute, commandments, which none of us are perfect, but we got to strive for perfection. And us coming into back to this righteousness is coming against this system. All these pagan holidays, Christmas, Thanksgiving, Columbus Day, black. We just came out of...
Go
ahead.
And in particular, if you read the scripture, like from the beginning where the brother was reading that, this is actually going into the ancient form of Halloween.
Yeah.
All that stuff, wizards and witches and all that shit, that goes back to Halloween. Making your children pass through the fire for Baal, that's Halloween.
Oh, you have the Easter coming up.
Yeah.
Which this devil flips it. See, he mirrors the high holy days and he has his high satanic holidays on left. Now you have Easter, Ishtar,
goddess of fertility.
Goddess of fertility. And they showed you in Beyonce, she's showing you in your face. The goddess
of fertility.
Goddess of fertility. She's pregnant. The Queen of Heaven, Tammuz, Guadalupe, all those deities, they got different names, but they're all in one accord. She is pregnant, and they have all the women there like worshiping her, and she's in the middle with the sun on her head. Come on, man, like they're showing you in your face.
Her fan club is called the fucking Beehive, man. Like they're in love with this bitch.
They worship her. That's why that goes back to the Queen of Heaven. Go ahead.
For these nations which thou shalt possess hearken unto observers of times.
And that's you damn heathen nations, man. You're into that shit. The Lord, and you're talking about, oh, you guys, yeah, we believe in one God, but the polytheism, right? Right? Monotheism. I'm sorry, mono meaning single, poly meaning different gods.
Many,
what about the Egyptian gods, man? You niggas that want to be Egypt and Kemet. You had the sun god Ra, you had Seth, the lord of darkness, the lord of evil. You had Isis, the mother goddess Isis. Thoth, Nefertiti, Aset. Come on, man. They had different gods, and that shit is weird too. If you into that Kemet shit, you got billions of demons on you, man. Motherfuckers walking around with damn dog heads and shit, and eagle heads and shit, falcon heads. Like, what the fuck? Here it is, we believe in one power, and they believe in different weirdo powers, man. Different miniature, different gods, man.
Wait, so they talking about like our God and shit. You know, their God is basically made up of creatures that you can't see. Our God at least look like us. Yahweh Shai said, if you see me, you seen the Father. You know, our God had an afro in the Bible.
Yeah. Our God wasn't walking around with a damn falcon head, the eagle head. Show us when we was doing that. Go ahead.
And unto diviners, but as for thee, the Lord thy power hath not suffered thee so to do.
Right, we're not supposed to be celebrating Easter. You're supposed to celebrate the Passover, man. Pesach, the Passover.
And it also goes to show, man, that the Lord don't give